לכבוד לראות לכבוד שבת, לכבוד שבת קודש, חלות לכבוד שבת, לכבוד שבת קודש, בין עולם הבא, בין עולם הבא. בואי לגני, אחותי קלה, בואי לגני, שבת מלכתה, ואין עולם הבא, ואין עולם הבא. יום שבת, יום מנוחה, כל עם מתענגים בה, כל עם מתענגים בה, יזכו יזכו לרוב שמחה, ואין עולם הבא, ואין עולם הבא. יום שבת, יום מנוחה, כל עם מתענגים בה, כל עם מתענגים בה, יזכו יזכו לרוב שמחה, לכבוד שבת קודש, לכבוד שבת קודש.
Chaver Bezrat Hashem. Hope everyone's doing well. L'chu Niranana. Right, it's Wednesday, we're wearing the white, it's Shabbos, the whole deal. And there's 116 days until Hanukkah, and there's 32 until Rosh Hashanah, so we have a lot to look forward to, and the time is right now. So it's Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael for Pesach, Re'uvim Ben Yosef Asar Baruch Bas Yehudis, Miriam Doda Bas Chanu, Chaved Yonah Bas Bas, Shir Bas Bas, Hasana, Re'uvim Ben Mani, and every Neshama in Klal Yisrael. Please, Ribbon Shalom, you know that we don't have the power to bring the holiness of Shabbos into ourselves on our own. Have pity on us and arouse your love for us. You know how far we are from experiencing the true holiness of Shabbos. Be kind to us and grant us the true holiness of Shabbos as an outright gift. Let us add to the Shabbos its beginning and end, and help us draw the holiness of Shabbos into the other days of the week, until all 6 working days will have the purity and holiness of Shabbos, but the 6 working days then become reunited with their holy vital source, which is Shabbos. Gewaldic. All right, halacha l'maisa. So part 2 of the halacha that we went over yesterday, we're talking about preparations for prayers, and we spoke about one should try to pray in a Beit Knesset, Beit Midrash, and the difference between the two. So if one city there are 2 synagogues, he should go to the one that is further away, so that he should receive reward from heaven for the extra steps that he takes to get there. This is amazing halacha, this amazing yisod for life, right? No effort is ever wasted. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi said in 47b in Brachos, a person should always awake early to go to the synagogue, so that he should be counted among the first 10 to arrive. It's good to know. For even if 100 people came after him, he receives a heavenly reward equal to all of them together. It says here in the footnote, this is crazy, the divine presence comes to rest when there are 10 people together. Since the first 10 people bring the divine presence to the synagogue, those who come later are merely joining the original congregation of 10. Right? So we see the importance of being one of the first 10 when it comes to a minyan. Our sages of blessed memory said further, in Brachos 8a, whoever goes each morning and evening to the synagogue or to the study hall at the proper time and stays there for a proper amount of time and behaves there with appropriate holiness merits long life. One who prolongs the stay in the synagogue is rewarded measure for measure by having his life prolonged. Amazing. Happy is the man. Ashrei Adam Shome'ali. Happy is the man who listens to me, who comes quickly to my doors every day. A reference to those who come early to the synagogue, to guard the doorposts of my entranceways. A reference to those who remain there as if they were watchmen at the entrance to the synagogue. We have to be watchmen, Chevron. We have to be informal security guards. And as it is written immediately afterwards, for he who finds me, Hashem finds life. This is, and what does that mean? One who spends time in the synagogue is referred to one who finds Hashem. For Hashem is found in the synagogue. And we have to see, Pesach Brachos 6a. And thus he merits to find life. Hey, Chaver, this is the best halacha ever. Has to be this, or V'hata l'recha kamocha. All right. So we are on the 3rd part for Sichot Haran, Sichot 78, and we have to go in a couple of minutes, Baruch Hashem, so we're going to go weiter. So it says here at the end, it is written in the Zohar that even the left side, the side of evil, so the left side is the side of evil, contains both right and left. So what does this mean? Even the unholy has a spark of divine, right? The left side has a right, even though it may not even reach the left side of holiness, right? The right side, what does that mean? Fairness, chesed. Even it even exists on the other side. But on the other side, righteousness and fairness begin very late, even after the fairness of the left side of holiness. Understand this. Wow, this is there's a lot. So going on here, Chavra. But Baruch Hashem, we have a Rabbi Rosenfeld. Rabbi Rosenfeld talks about Ish Yosher. What does that mean? Ish Yosher is someone who is considerate, someone who's compassionate, right, for another human being. And in a way, and he mentions this, Rabbi Rosenfeld, that everyone possesses this Ish Yosher inside of them, right? No matter how bad a person is, even if he thinks he's completely evil, right, he possesses some degree, some remnants of that Ish Yosher. He has a spark of Ish Yosher that we need to ignite, that we need to find, that we need to search for in ourselves and other people. Right. So when a person who's not that good does wrong acts, his sense of regret becomes at a much later time. Right. So, for example, what we've been known for over the past couple parts in the Sichot, right? There's fairness in everything. And one who's very evil goes through a long process of evil acts until finally, at final stage, he begins to feel sorry having gone that far. Each person gets to the stage eventually, right? A Ish Yosher. So, now let's talk about the right and left sides, right? The right and left sides, that was the third part of the Sichot 78. And it's quite confusing for myself. I'm sure you guys understand how the right side is fairness, the right side is righteousness, and the left side, right, can be evil if I'm not mistaken. But on the left side, there's also a right side. There's a left side, right? And within the left side, there's a left side and a right side, right? So it's not completely evil. There's no such thing as completely evil. So Rabbeinu says this. This is what is meant by the unusual wording of the Zohar Kadosh. We have a right side and a left side. The right side always stands for the good, the pure, the holy. The left side stands for the klipos, the tomb of the impure and the evil spirits. The Zohar HaKadosh says, although it is true that there is a right side and left side, the left side too has its own right side and left. It's crazy. Within it, this means that on the left side, when there's impurity, where there's evil, that too is comprised of the right and the left, meaning there is some good, even the evil itself, and there cannot be anything that is completely evil. And where can we see this before we conclude? A pure prayer. A pure prayer. We have to. It's a deep story. Rav Zusha of Anapoli, always searching for the good, even within the evil, the klipos, the tumah, there's so much good, there's so much fairness, there's so much righteousness, there's so much purity. I don't know how this connects, but we just got to read it. We've been crazy with our connections. Rav Zusha of Anapoli once entered the basement Midrash for Kol Nidre and saw with that warmth and enthusiasm that the congregation was reciting the pure prayer. The eyes of the congregants were full of sincere tears. And Rav Zusha approached the holy ark, lifted his eyes towards heaven, and declared, if for this alone, Master of the universe, it would be worth it for the Jews to commit sins. If for this alone, that they would pray so sincerely before you as they are doing now, because were it not for their sins, when would you hear such heartfelt prayers? However, we even what we think are sins, what we think are wrongdoings and transgressions, they're really a means for us to come closer to the Ribono Shel Olam and to answer and to cry out for return, for dveikut, for teshuva. So B'ezrat Hashem, we should all take this story and really learn from it that it's really just a springboard, a ignition, it's a jumpstart to our best self. So B'ezrat Hashem, Chavra, when we think there's completely wrong, there's a right hand, there's a right side in the wrong. Right, there's that fairness. So we should all be aware and we should all be zocha. And l'kavod Shabbos Kodesh.